Yo, 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 it's Jeb in his house. Hey, yo, we're going to space, yo. Hey, yo, we're going to space. Rolling on 909s, making money big time. Hustle Uncle Sam on the taxpayer's dime. Where's the spaceman in our space bridges? We gone from rags to buku riches. Throw your rockets in the air like you just don't care. Throw your rockets in the air like you just don't care. We a G unit, baby. And don't you forget it. We a G force, homie. That's a G letter. We on fire like a blade of home down. See you later. But before I'm out, let's launch the Cap Simulator. We a G unit, baby. We a G unit, baby.
Oh, hello everybody, the Lord Root here, and welcome back to another episode of G-Limit. So, just a couple of things here. We've got a very few number of contracts left here. We've got, of course, this science data, which I will need to gather. I guess that I forgot to gather at some point. Did I? Weird, because we do have return from Kerbin. Well, I will gather that, of course. We are doing pretty well, though, in terms of funds. We definitely have enough to buy the new R&D center, and I feel confident doing so. I'm also going to take this contract here, maybe so that we can at least encourage ourselves to get a proper station in orbit of Kerbin. That might be rather useful to us. But for now, we've got this guy we need to land. And that shouldn't be too bad. Let's zoom in just a little bit. We will move forward and do some basic corrections. I feel at this point confident that we don't really need to see much of the aerobraking. We've done a fair amount of it, as it is. But, with that being said, what I want to do here is I want to zoom in and do some corrections. So our inclination is pretty high up as it is. We need to reduce it, of course. And that's going to be okay, I guess. We can pretty much land this anywhere. Probably wouldn't be a... that's the wrong way. Let's actually go the right way here. We can pretty much land it anywhere we want to and get free science out of it. But yeah. Just probably do some corrections here. If I can get that going, I will more than likely simply go ahead and get this doing its thing, and we will see you whenever that has been done. Okay, we are now preparing to enter into Duna's atmosphere. And that shouldn't take too long. Of course, we've got to retract these solar panels. One thing as well that I need to do that I've not really done with this guy here, just make sure that's all of them. Because it would be a shame to lose a solar panel because I wasn't paying attention. But when we go through the atmosphere, as it turns out, we will be landing in a new biome. And so I'm going to collect science on the way down. And I think that should be okay. We've got plenty of solar power. We are also moving quite slowly, although the Duna Apsis does seem to catch up with us. I am going to probably do my usual capture burn thing, so I will see you after the end of error braking or probably in the middle. And we'll see you then. Alright, we're getting pretty close to periapsis here, so I'm going to begin my burn. Probably right whenever we hit it. Shouldn't really take too long just to deal with that, but... Oh, we need to... I never did bring the thrust limiter back on. There we go. Now we could conceivably land anywhere, as I said. The Duna terrain is pretty bumpy, so this may not have a wide enough base. Remember, it was originally designed for Minmus, but yeah, I think I'm going to eject this pod here. We are now at a point to where it should be possible for us to set Ike as a target and do an adjustment. And when we get up there, maybe we'll rotate this guy around so that we come in on the light side. I did not get as much drag as I wanted in this case. We are definitely committed to landing at this time. I think if we play our cards right, we will be able to land pretty easily. I might use a powered landing for that. Anyway, the inclination is being corrected. At least as well as we can. I think that this is more than good enough. Maybe it would be in our best interest to move our periapsis. There we go. This is now safe. I might go. Actually, with the altitude of 1250 while we're at it. So, just... Oh, no. There. Let's, while we're at it though, and I totally forgot to do it while we were in the lower atmosphere, let's grab the temperature, transmit that out, and also the pressure data. Okay. It's time for us to think about landing here. Hopefully the right way up. That would of course be ideal. And that'll happen pretty soon, I think. You know, it doesn't look too bad. And can we cut our engines? Hey, there we go. We have science. Of course, we need to get our panels out for that. But this is not a bad deal going on here. Let's just do our basic science here. We'll have to send goo down here at some point. Get 28 science out of that. Log the temperature. And we will send out the pressure data. Oh, I guess that was the wrong one. Seismic data. 43 science. Now, seismic data, of course, is It's one of those things that it'll drain your battery, sending it. And, should have... I'll just reset that experiment. May have a little bit left over. 1.9 science. Could be handy. Not really, though. Now we just got this guy up here, which we'll switch to. And the nice thing about the way we're approaching this now is that we will end up in a fairly good situation here. I think if I reduce this to about 17 or 18, that will be good. Doesn't have to be perfect, of course. And indeed, it's not. But I do want to land somewhere we have not been. So let's make that happen. If we've done this correctly, then we should have enough drag to where we'll make it past the poles just a little bit. You can see we're not burning up here, and that's partially because of the fact that our orbital velocity is not that great. However, I don't believe we'll be lucky in this regard, because it's just not, doable, really. We're now sinking into the atmosphere, because we're moving around somewhat like a bullet here. And there's the end of that stage. So, that will mean that we'll have to get a bit creative in order to get our science. Fortunately, we do have some biomes that are not explored. And as long as we're able to handle that, now we are suborbital. I'll transmit that right away. Okay, deploying chutes now. And the hope will be that no matter how we land, that we are able... In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and transmit this. There's no point in not doing it, because this guy may run out of juice. And that, it's going to be good. Let's just turn this guy off and get it to land. It's gonna be a bumpy landing, but it will survive. And you can see we're already pretty close. We need 550 in order to unlock the Gravioli, which by far is the most important science instrument that we can get. Oh well. Never mind. This guy is just going to die because of the way it landed. Oh well. When I was testing it, it didn't really seem to matter. Let's check our contracts real quick. We have plant a flag on the moon, science data from Inmus. I am going to save this, because we will have this mission come up, and we do need it. But other than that, I think it's good for us to get our 2 missions launched, and I'm going to start with arguably the more important one. This is the one that will get us all of the science that we require. So, I've adapted the microlander with the idea that just need, first of all, we need to change this. There's some things that need to change, like, these don't need to stage at the same time. But I've updated it to use our new booster, which is not a bad thing. A little bit more expensive that way, but we'll be sure that we'll get into orbit. And then, while we're at it, we'll kick out Valentina, send Rosanna. So that's going to be the first thing on our agenda here. And we'll get that going. Now, unfortunately, if we look at the phase angle here, it's probably not... no, it's okay, actually. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and launch this, then, and hopefully everything will go okay. So I will see you in orbit. Okay, there we go. That's probably good enough for our purposes. Now, we've got two problems here. The first is that we will not have enough fuel to get to Mimus on this one stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here, like so. Not going to that, but I want to affect a return to Kerbin's atmosphere. Like so. While getting a fairly low periapsis. So I'm going to mess around with the nodes some. We may have to do some doing in order to land, but yeah, I'll make that burn happen, and what I'll do is I will pump fuel forward from here whenever we are ready to do that. Okay, burn is now complete. We have 4 days, 4 hours to get this. I need to transfer any remaining fuel here. And when we get close, we'll ditch. But we will have plenty of Delta V left, it looks like, which is fantastic. Okay. Time for a new alarm here. Do the microlander crossing, and we will get this guy, or this girl rather, sitting in the sunlight. Because now I have another craft here. I may in fact launch 2 of. So here's the deal. Oh, well, that's not the deal at all. No visual surveys in this yet. Wow, that is a lot of surface samples. Worth some science, but that's not what I wanted to do. You can already see where it. We have a fair amount of cash that's left over from us doing what we need to do. I've slightly upgraded the red mod. I can find that. To have a slightly larger fuel tank. And you know what, we could go larger even still, but we shouldn't need to. So we'll launch immediately. We just need to target Minmus. And someone to the moon as well, probably. Though I will wait for that. Okay. Phase angle is about as good as it's going to get, so I will see you, hopefully, in Minmus orbit. Oh wow, that was pretty close. I guess I might as well, while I'm here, show what it is I'm doing. And maybe how long the burn can be on this. No, actually, I guess that's fine. We're trying to get into a polar orbit here, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, good enough for now, I guess. Oh, what we can do is we'll take a similar approach to last time, because we want to be going over the top. You can see our inclination is actually not... I guess it could be worse. But, that having been said, could be better. It's just... this guy going. We may need a mid-course correction. Make or... $626. Maybe get that any lower. Ideally, we want this under 300, but I think that'll be okay. So that is a 900 meter per second burn there, and what about here? That is a 58 meter per second burn, which I am totally okay with. Now, unfortunately, this will take some time. It'll probably actually take more time than we would like. But let me just do a test burn. The last time I tried this, it took close to 6 minutes to complete the burn. Yeah, there we go. Actually, that is close to correct. So, I will see you at the end of this burn. Okay, we're just going to make this correction burn here. And, done with. Still tons of delta V we can very easily capture. But the question's going to be something along the lines of whether or not this is enough time. We definitely need to consider that. There we go. I mean, our time, it does look good. But unfortunately, we do have the minor issue that if we miss this, then it'll be a problem. Okay, well that's good enough for me. And there's a day between that and landing. So, we'll just wait for... Really, you know what we'll do? We'll go back here and check contracts now. Because it would be good to have a contract available. One that is... $19 Kerbals, that is not happening. I mean, we could do it. But that is a tall order, though. A little bit too tall for an order for me to really consider. Test the launch escape system. Why not? I'd also want to rescue the Zane. Though we may not do it this episode. We'll make it something that happens next episode, I think. Let's get that one guy tested real quick before we move on. That shouldn't be too hard to do. In fact, I could almost do it off screen, to tell you the truth. I think that thing is under utility? I don't know, I never used this. We'll just, give it a go, because the extra science point is well worth it. So there we go. We'll just recover that. And I will prepare to bring Polaris in. I'll do the inclination adjustment, of course. But after that, I hope to focus on maybe either launching another red... Oh! Okay. A moment. Okay, I'm not quite sure what happened there. KSP does that sometimes. The best thing to do in that case, at least it seems to me, would be to force quit KSP so that the save file doesn't get corrupted. We're close by. And in particular, what I want to do, really two things. Now, we're on an 18-degree inclination, and that by itself is not bad. Just delete this guy here. The problem is a tricky one. See, what's it putting periapsis at? Because we do need to rotate around and get this guy set up, which I will go ahead and do. This is very likely to be quite tedious. So I won't subject you to making the correction. I'll probably see you close to, oh, I don't know, maybe close to our periapsis when we're done. Okay, we are about to reach periapsis here. As you can see, things are going pretty well so far. This. Plenty of fuel. I'm just gonna go ahead and kick this guy on. The hope is that we won't have to expend too much of our own fuel. Make the braking happen, although I think that is probably not possible. Well, I don't know, we're doing it. But we would like this guy to be able to go out to Ike at a moment's notice. So, what I'll do is I will make this, raise abscess just a shade. I suppose more than a shade, really. I don't really understand why it is that I cannot click on anything here. But, yeah, we'll just raise it up to maybe 60. Just to be safe. And we're at the sending node. Which means we need to go north. That is more than good enough. I'm gonna figure out what's wrong with the node thing real quick, and then I'll make that circularization burn. Okay, we are now pretty close to circular. Maybe not. I'll just leave it at that. It should be easy enough for us to get to Ike there. Which leaves me with another launch. Now, I may not make the transfer to the moon just yet, because of the amount of time involved. Let's just check contracts real quick. I'll do it. Well, the money would not be bad for that, I do have to admit. Surface outpost for sure be something to have. As for this, I am confused. Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll even though won't really get much benefit from it except for another surface outpost. And we'll do the Duna outpost as well. Just because our Duna window will be coming up soon after the return window is, and there's really no shame in sending another thing out. Anyway, we got a little time. Let's just see quickly what if we sent another one of these red mods out, just to gather the science mind. Just because, not that the moon, as it turns out, is a hard place. At least to get to. So I don't want to overdo that. But we might park the sky in orbit and wait for the best opportunity to do that. We'll just see. Anyway, I will see you in orbit whenever we make that decision. And we just flipped out. Which is not so grand. I think we can get out of this. But, we will have to be careful. Okay, we missed the mark somewhat on that. which unfortunately has dire implications for us, because, I want to get up pretty high. There we go. That doesn't leave a bunch of wiggle room for us, but maybe we can do something about that. I think may be able to 4 hours. I'll take it. We will go ahead and run this guy. Okay, we seem to have had an error in our burn. There's a couple of things. The first, some rotation is in order. We may not need that at all. I'm more interested in taking care of right now is our inclination, so I'm going to make a mid-course correction, see what I can do. Okay, that will pretty much be it. It's going to be a tight window. Very tight one, actually. We're going to have to get into orbit and then or make corrections on Microlander, then possibly do this, but we'll just run time for just a little bit. Because that's actually the time we enter the sphere of influence. Although, you know, I'll tell you, I'm not particularly liking this situation here. Could stand to increase our inclination just a little. Okay, that's what I'm going to leave it at. Give us a little bit more time. Do what we're needing to do. We don't have to actually be circular this, not for this bit, at least. So I'll just leave it like so. And, yeah, we will bring this guy on back. So, time to move time just a little bit and get Rosanna to where she needs to go. Okay, we are pretty close right now. The first order of business is going to be lowering her periapsis, I think. It's okay if we're going polar because, well, yeah, it might help if something like that. I mean, we should have plenty of fuel which to land, and I'm just going to pull this in. Possibly. I think we need to do a little bit in the way of work here. Okay, we're now landed. And there's some things we definitely should do. Definitely you want to get a crew report and send it out. In fact, this is a new biome for us. we do not seem to really have any data from this biome, which is great. And we will have Rosanna send as much data out as she can. Now, what are we sending out in particular? Materials study. That leaves the seismic data, which is a good thing to have. But anyway, I will send all of this data out, and then I will hopefully see you soon. So it occurs to me that we may be able to get more in the way of science, but we'll have to be very, very careful about it. In particular, want to try to maintain about 400 meters per second or so at delta V. But yeah, we'll land here. And we will grab whatever science we can off of this. So we have our usual, that I'm just going to take back because there's no point in holding it. This guy will very likely tip over if I'm not careful. So we'll do that. Goo, probably afford to take back. And we'll probably transmit that in order. Because everything else is kind of pointless, and this is getting pretty risky. So I want to transmit this in such a way that can handle it. The other thing to do, of course, is... Okay, got that. I think we have everything else. I believe I did get the one thing I was looking for, so it's time to get into orbit. Okay, we're now in orbit. Might as well transmit some of this stuff back, which I will definitely do. This seismic data is going to be the most important to send back. I'll grab the some of this other data so that we can complete. Well, we'll complete the contract with the red mod. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think. This is the only thing we're transmitting. So, yeah, I mean, we be okay, I think. We're just barely out of power. Okay. Well, I'll do this magnificent science dance, and I will see you soon. And Rosanna is on her way out. we'll have to send a landing craft later to get everything, but we'll have really all the instruments by the time we're done with this. There we go. Everything should be okay. Let's just come on down. Nice and easy. Okay, that's not so nice. Go 27 kilometers. And we'll give ourselves a little bit of time to escape here. As we get close by. Or at least close enough. There we go, 27 kilometers. Add a periapsis window of, let's say 10 minutes. It'll take us like 4 days to get out there. But we really do want to bring Rosanna back. So, on to the red mod. Okay. We are here with red mod now. It's looking like the easiest way for us to go. Just under the poles like that. Really shouldn't matter too much, but we'll go ahead and begin. This, of course, does not have to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Just want to get our inclination to the right spot. There we go. And then there's this matter of getting us into orbit. Now, I'm actually going to go for a little bit higher of an orbit. The minimum here is 25. I want the sky to be well out of the way of anything, so up to 150, I think. And we will hopefully get this guy into orbit pretty quickly. Just have to do a small amount of adjustment. But that's not going to be too hard. I will, however, need to be pretty close here. So I'll take care of this burn. Okay, that is fantastic. We'll complete this contract real quick. And we'll perform our survey. Might go ahead to not be a bad idea to point towards the sun here. Except if we do that, that could be a bit of a problem, so I'm going to normal. Maybe. No, that's a terrible idea. I'm going to point like this. And hopefully as we rotate... There we go. Very close. Now all we have to do is wait for Rosanna, and I will see you at that point. Well, I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news, of course, is that we're landing in the dark. But the good news is that the KSC is right over there, thereabouts. So I've got one more trick up my sleeve that may or may not work. Just accelerate down here. And what I intend to do here is land and maybe see if I can get some seismic data. Just wait for this guy to stabilize. Oh, we can't do the seismic scan. Oh well, we should have a ton of science, at least. I'm hoping so. 209 for science. I must have missed something. But that's okay. That's enough for us to unlock a few things. Well, I guess we weren't as close as I thought I was. And Rosanna's level 2 now, which is good news for us. First of all, this guy is getting unlocked. And what we'll do before I leave is I will definitely unlock this guy here. As for what we'll spend the remaining science on, I'm not sure. I know somewhere around here there is another instrument. If I hold my horses, then I can get, I guess, oh, which is it? The big docking ports. Wherever they moved to. I don't know. They are somewhere around here. I just do not happen to see them. Because, that would be nice to have. I hope they did not move. Oh, they're in metamaterials now. Okay, so the big docking ports we will have to grind science for. But, other than that, I'll think about what we can spend this on. We will use our shiny new toy in the next episode, hopefully. But until then, this has been Thy Lord Root, and I will see you later.